Good morning, YouTube. And we're just going to bring up... Oh, my eyeliner's gone a bit funny after walking my dogs. Please excuse me. I'm so excited to do this abundance class with you. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hi, Catherine. Lovely to have you here. I hope that you're well. You had your birthday last week, didn't you? Gosh, my eyeliner is a little bit dodgy. That's living in Britain for you. Hi, Chi. Good morning to you, my darling. I will be sending out your spirit guide readings on Monday. So I've done your September readings and I will be sending those out. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. If you're there, let me know. Hi, Rosina. Yes, everything is great apart from the fact that I have bad eye makeup. Hey, Shin. How are you, darling? Happy wedding anniversary. I love you, gorgeous wizard wanker. Rianne, it's lovely to have you here. So I want to talk about abundance, but I'm doing this with Archangel Michael, and there are several things that we're going to talk about. He's here. There are several things that we're going to talk about that you may not be aware of, so just bear with me. Okay, so we're just making sure, Archangel Michael, you are here. He says yes, I am. We're ready to roll. Okay, right, so let's begin. Abundance, which is something that you hear light workers talk a lot about, and very, very often light workers have the hardest time with abundance. And there's really one very simple reason, and that is they give an awful lot and they find it hard to receive. And we're not just talking about finding it hard to receive money. We're talking about your actual energy, your actual aura. And so this is really what I want to talk to you about this morning. So I know a lot of you are familiar with my work, and you have heard me talk about the auric settings. So what I actually want to do is, you know, the law of attraction teachings are brilliant if your energy is set up at the maximum point. So then you wouldn't have any problems with abundance, you wouldn't have any issues with it, so you wouldn't need the teachings. So the fact that the teachings are maybe only working for you in a limited way would suggest that if you keep doing everything that you've been doing, and light workers are amongst the most positive people, the most loving people, the most grateful people that I've ever met, then abundance should be finding you easily. So to be honest with you, most of you are intelligent people, and you know it's not necessarily as simple as that. So I want to talk today about some of the things that may well be going on that you may not be aware of. So the first thing I want to say is I want to talk about your light body status. So your light body is your real body. It's the you that is there when you die, and it's much, much bigger than the physical version of you. The average light body is about 10 feet tall in a human. Okay, in linear terms, if we could see you without your physical body, you would be around 8 foot to 10 foot tall. So there is a lot more of you energetically than your physical body would allow you to believe. Now, the other thing that you need to think about is a lot of you understand about the higher self, and that the higher self is only partially available to us on Earth. But what I want to say to you is your light body is often literally light years ahead. I'm just going to ask my kid to bring me some loo roll because my nose is running after dog walking. Just bear with me. I'm so glamorous, aren't I? And I'll come back to the light body in just a minute. Just bear with me. Just 1 minute. So glamorous, got a runny nose. I'm going to sit here sniffing otherwise. So the light body that is with you within your aura, okay, and some of you will have experienced this when you're meditating, your head can feel much, much bigger than your physical head, right? That is because you're sensing your light body head. And you'll hear people say that when they meditate, they feel like they've expanded beyond their physical head, and that is your light body head. And sometimes when you're meditating, your fingers will feel like slabs of meat, and your actual physical hand will feel much, much smaller than your light body hand. Okay, so I'm just giving you some very simple examples. So the light body is literally levels and levels and levels and levels more advanced than we are here. And what I've been told by Archangel Michael is that very, very often we are playing catch up. So the earthly self, in the most spiritual person, right, is playing catch up to where they really are. And of course, that is one of the reasons that we decided to come, was to experience the illusion of being powerless. Okay, thank you. Keep it coming in. So what you're basically being asked to do is to know yourself as a powerful entity that has had billions of years, billions of experiences as a creator in so many different forms. You're being asked to know that and bring that power to bear here, even though you've got no proof of it. That's the game. So we call this integration, ascension, enlightenment, and you may have all sorts of real world crap, dilemmas, worries to deal with that seem to show you how powerless you are. And these illusions can be cast iron from where you are sitting. So some people have and I can't use health because ethically that just doesn't feel right. But let's just say that the evidence in linear terms, thank you, darling, can outweigh any examples that you are this powerful entity. So, okay, Archangel Michael, so I've said that. How do they use the light body to actually receive more abundance? So it really is about casting off any doubts that you are able to receive more. And I don't mean receive more as in self-care, get your nails done. I mean achieve more, go after more, be bolder, okay? And it's all very well for me to say this when you are coming up against the evidence that is difficult or heartrending for you, and you feel like everything is crashing down around you, you could cheerfully smack the person telling you this round the face with a moldy fish for saying, step into your uniqueness, because there's nothing particularly unique about suffering. We all know suffering and we can all see suffering. Okay, so I am a realist in this. So I want to really talk about 3 areas that I believe that you can tackle that will help this shortcoming of being human to keep showing up in your experience. Okay, so the first thing is, and oh my God, I am working on this myself. I work on this every day. It's having the energy to do the inner work when you are coping with everything that you are. So I'm on about being bothered to do it, being able to be bothered to do it when you've done it so many times before and it's never yielded the results, okay? Having the energy emotionally, energetically, spiritually to be bothered to do the inner work, I think is the biggest block that all of us have, because just dealing with your day can be enough. Dealing with your week can nearly be too much. And so having the capacity to do the other things I'm going to mention, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Okay, but we are going to talk about ways that you can do that. So the second block really that we all have to bringing that abundance here in the way that I'm talking about are the things that make you go round in circles. So I put beliefs here, but it may not be beliefs. It may be that you have somebody that you live with a health condition that takes up all your time. It may be, in other words, it's really easy for these teachers that have loads of money and loads of YouTube followings, and you know, people are chucking themselves at them to work with them, to talk to you about stepping into your power, because they don't necessarily have what you are dealing with. Bear with me. But there is a point when whatever is making you go round in circles, you can, I believe everybody can, energetically within the self, stop the circle. Maybe the action has to keep being repeated because maybe your physical circumstances are such that the action is part of your routine, whether that is caring for someone or doing a certain type of work. You know, you can't just stop doing it because somebody says don't, right? But the way that you allow that to affect you energetically is something you have got the capacity to stop. Okay, so this feeling of I'm going round in circles, I'm never getting any further, what I can do, what I can manifest, what I can receive, what success I expect, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, that you can stop. And I'm going to talk to you in a minute about some ways that you can do that. And thirdly, so we've got not having the energy to fully engage with the effort of doing the inner work of being your true self. Then we have the things that make you go round in circles. And the third thing is spiritual contracts that are taking your energy. Good morning, Jojo. Love you, darling. Miss Butterfly, they're calling you. So what can you do about this? Okay, so I'm going to just give you what Archangel Michael says. So the first thing Michael says, when you are needing to receive abundance, meditating is actually taking you, for long periods of time, is taking you away from what you want, because what it's doing is it's dragging you away energetically from the physical realm. And if you want abundance within the physical, you have to be connected to the physical realm more, not less. So you should only be meditating for a set amount a day or less. Any more than 20 minutes a day meditating, it's actually taking you further away from abundance, not closer towards it, because it's literally taking your soul body out into the soul realms, and part of you will stay there. And I know this, then you might feel floaty and everything else, but if you're not fully grounded, you won't manifest into the physical realm. So that's the first thing he's saying. The second thing he's saying is, one way or another, you've got to get more energy into the aura and into the mental and emotional layers. Okay, so Shin, I know that you run a lot. Yeah, I can't say I've done any exercise apart from dog walking for a week, but moving your body more than normal is going to help to bring that energy in. And putting it bluntly, whatever the weather's like, getting out there in nature and moving is going to make more energy come in. Your aura will be oxygenated, and this is actually going to allow your vibration to expand and strengthen, not get higher, but more ungrounded. Okay, so that's don't meditate too much, use your physical body. Okay, you all know the people that are taking energy from you. You have the capacity to still have those people. Yeah. Oh, bless you, Angel. I know that feeling. You still have the capacity to have those people in your life, but to limit the amount of self that you give them. Okay, so this doesn't mean that you limit the time that you give them. You limit the amount of heart energy, and you limit the amount of essential energy that you give them. And, you know, we're talking here probably about people that have been in your life as a friend or as a relative for a very long time. So you can't just cut them out. But if your energy sort of drags whenever you're with them, you're losing the energy that you would manifest with. So this is just an intention, which is however much you love them, don't give them more than is helpful for them or you. Okay? Because they won't actually benefit from the extra energy, and you will really not benefit from the extra energy you're giving them. Okay, they won't understand how much it costs you. Okay, so the other thing Michael's saying is you really need to engage with the power chakras. There are really only two power chakras, and it's not the crown and it's not the heart. So you really need to work with the solar plexus, which is yellow, and the stomach, which is orange. And it's basically this. Okay, that's the situation. What am I going to do about it today? That's the situation. What am I going to do about it? Not let me meditate about it and visualize all of this, but nothing changes. So, okay, that's the situation. What am I going to do about it? So at the end of the day, you're able to say, okay, well, that is still the situation, but this is what I did. Okay. That is probably one of the single most important pieces of advice I can give you. I will pull some cards in a minute. Okay. Right. The other thing I want to talk about is your new life purpose. Every single person that watches this video has got a new life purpose about now, okay? And it is a change. And you may feel like you've only just sort of started living the one you were. It's changing. And it's not changing from a point of view of what you're here to do for others, okay? Although that well could be part of it. It's changing in how your life is supposed to be for you. So let me give you an example. So I've been doing a lot of psychic work recently. My path is changing to do a lot more energetic healings for people at a very, very basic level. Okay, so in other words, helping people with the shit that hasn't changed. So with that, that's how my life purpose will show up for other people. But for me, the way that my life purpose is changing for me is it's going to mean I have more energy because it's more aligned than what I'm doing at this point. So your new life purpose takes into account the parts of your life that you cannot change. So, it takes into account the amount of energy you put into your family. It takes into account the amount of energy you put into running your home. It takes into account the amount of mobility that you do or don't have. All of these things, your emotional state, your mental state, they're all supposed to be improved when you live your new life purpose. Okay, thank you. So Michael says, not Simon, we have Michael. He says, I want you to understand your new life purpose is a new way of living that will generate new ways of helping others and new ways of you being helped. But it isn't something that can be described in a title. So your new life purpose is better suited than the way you've been living until now. So for me, this means my diet is changing. It means my daily routine is changing. It means my energy levels are changing. It means what I enjoy is changing. It means what I want to give others is changing, okay, for the better. So what I want to say to you all, if you are feeling that abundance is not coming or it has really slowed down, the only reason is that you have a new life purpose, and that is all about you first and foremost. Because if your life does not suit you, but it suits everybody else, it's not your life purpose. It's theirs benefiting from you being here. So you might be a carer, a parent, an employee. You might be, a single parent who works incredibly hard, right? Even with all of that, most of us even with all the difficulty, we wouldn't trade our life for anybody else's. Even at the most difficult points, the darkest points, if somebody came along and says, do you want to trade? You wouldn't, because there's something about where you are. You don't necessarily know what you'd be trading it for. Plus, you can't do that. So the life you have is the life you need to get the life you want. Okay. And one of the biggest problems that people have is knowing what to do next, because maybe your options don't feel very big. You know, maybe you don't feel as though you've got any choice, no matter what all these bloody teachers say to you in their wisdom. So what Michael's saying is, it's about making small changes regularly. And it's about recognizing when you're about to go round in a circle, and you know, as you come round that corner again, you're going to go, oh, I've got to go round again, right? Oh, I've got to go round again. You stop yourself and you say, maybe I have to complete this action, which might be looking after your toddler or looking after an elderly person, whatever this is. But I am going to change the way that this affects me. So I maybe have to take the physical action, but I'm going to feel differently about this now, because this is just about what my body's doing. My soul is wanting me to have new experiences. So that's the first thing. Okay, thank you. The other thing Michael says, and this is something I've actually done this morning, okay? I have invested in 3 people to help me with my new life purpose. And they are all metaphysical teachers. And I'm famous for this, in the fact that I say to people, if you don't do anything new, nothing new will happen. Sometimes you get to a point that you've done everything you can and you need somebody outside of you to give you a helping hand. Well, I've invested in 3 people this morning, which has cost me quite a lot of money I did not want to spend, to get me onto my new life purpose. Ask for the help, and you may need to pay for it. You may need to pay for it. Now, most people listening to this have got no intention of doing it. That's absolutely fine. But if you want your life to be a better fit for you, if you want to have more money coming in, more opportunities finding you, more reasons to be, satisfied. And if the way that you've been trying to manifest has stopped working for you, that is when I would say carrying on with what you've been doing won't bring any new results. And I knew this morning, Orion said to me, he showed me 3 people he wanted me to work with. And I am working with them. I've spent quite a bit of money this morning, and I am working with 3 new people. And for me, okay? So the only way your life can bring you more abundance is if you invest more in some way into your life, okay? So I just want you all to be aware of that. So I am going to pick 3 of you to receive a card this morning. Okay, just let me have a look. So I'm going to use the Forest of Enchantment Tarot this morning. It is my go-to deck. It is absolutely beautiful. We love this deck. So, what I would say to all of you, I would say this to every single one of you. By the way, Archangel Michael is here, and he says expansion should never stop. And if you are at a point where you feel like there is no way in which you can receive any more, then you need to expand before more can come. Okay, that means taking a risk. It means investing money. It means investing time. It means going beyond those places where you're waiting for someone like me to give it to you for nothing. And you actually go, you know what? I'm not going to settle for just this. I want more. I deserve more. I'm going to have more. Okay, so I am going to pick 3 of you. So Rosina, I'm going to do a card for you. Okay. Now, I've sort of got an idea as to what these are going to be. Okay, so I also want to say, hang on, there's only 4 of you, so I'll do 4 cards. I also want to say the cards I'm drawing, they're all similar, and it is representative of the energy that we're in. So, Catherine, you are here, my darling, Catherine Ong, beautiful Catherine. So we've got the 10 of challenges. An aged knight sits weeping. He's racked by despair and defeat. Many long years he has quested in the forest, pursuing a mythical beast. Along the way, he fought bravely with countless other knights, never shirking in service. Relentless time has claimed him at last. All the fighters left him. The old knight's sword is battered and rusted. His quest is over. When this knight appears to you, it's a message to face reality, cut your losses, and decide to go from here. In a way, it can be a relief. This is about moving on, okay? And I want to say to everybody, this is very, very much the energy of September. Cut your losses. If something isn't working, cut your losses and move on. But okay, Michael says his words, it's a brave new world for the brave of heart and head. It's a brave new world for the brave of heart and head. In other words, it's not just what you think. It's not just what you believe. It's what you do about those things. Okay? So please, 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 everybody, invest in yourself. I've done it this morning, and I've been a clairvoyant for 20 years, and I've booked 3 metaphysical new coaches this morning, okay? Because I'm absolutely going to that next level, 100%. And even though my mind goes, I don't want to spend any money, my soul is like, well, I've got to expand. And if this is what it takes to expand, then that's what I'm going to do. That's what we're saying to all of you. Okay, the Seeker of Boons. So this one is for Joanne. So just bear with me. I will show you the card. It's just beautiful. Just a moment. And these are messages for everybody. Okay, so the Seeker of Boons. The Seeker of Boons is set out on a treasure hunt to a part of the forest where rumour has it precious gemstones can be found. Her quests are well planned. She always wears her trusty belt of tools and good stout boots. This is also for you, Shin. This is all about steadiness, dependability, practicality, patient, earthy, and adventurous in a modest way. Okay? So that is for Shin and Joe, and it's going to be for more of you as well. So I've got another card here. I feel like this card is for Rosina and Chi. Okay, so this is the Ace of Challenges. Okay, so this is all about what you really need to be looking at. So the Ace of Challenges. So the enchanted ally for challenges is the White Raven. The White Raven's particular expertise is strategic communication. He knows when you should speak and when you should be silent. Call upon him only if you want the truth. The Raven's gift to you is a silver arrow that never misses its mark. Part of its enchantment is the arrow itself, but the magic is completed through your focus. So this is all about strategy. This is all about taking all the steps you need to take. Don't just think about taking steps. This is a sign you need to invest in yourself, okay? Whether in whatever way, this might be a college course, or this could be anything, but it is necessary. I do get people that will book one thing with me, and then they'll keep coming back to me, and they want me to do everything for, like, I don't know, whatever it is. And it is a point where you actually have to invest in yourself. You have to show the universe that you are going to move forward, and you're not going to allow the status quo to be another circle and another circle, because the circles keep getting smaller. Okay, so then the final card I have today is for anybody else who watches this video, and this is Black Shuck. I love this card. So he is one of the spectral hounds who roam the earth, haunting the bleakest moors and the darkest forests. He meets you among the gravestones illuminated by lightning flashes. Black Shuck comes not to take your life, but as a reminder that death awaits you and life is not to be wasted. Look into his fiery eyes, let him know you understand his message. If you have the courage, by the way, this is like my card, okay? Extend a cautious hand and feel his breath. When Black Shuck appears, take it as a sign you need to prioritize what's important to you and release what no longer serves. The card rarely means a physical death, but don't run away from that interpretation either. All things pass in their proper time. The knowledge that time is finite, change, evolution, release of the old to make way for the new, making peace with an ending and therefore a new beginning. Okay? So, you know, September is really a month for taking action, even if that action doesn't seem to yield instant results. I want to let you know about a class that I am doing, which is on Saturday, October the 2nd. And this class is called Movement, Magic and Miracles. And it's Archangel Michael's class. He will be working with you in a 10-minute slot for the people that are there. We will address all your major concerns within that 10 minutes wherever we can. We are also going to be doing some timeline clearing for the rest of this year in 2022. We're going to be doing an attunement called the Currency of Consciousness. We're going to be doing a freedom attunement as well, and we will be doing mini readings as well. So it's all about your new life purpose. It's all about stepping up, and it is just £77 if you would like to join me, and you will get lots of personal help as well. Now, a lot of you will be like, I can't spend that. All I'll say is it could cost you more if you don't. I really, really want all of you to think about where you want to be and how much out of you it's taking you not getting there. I know for me, when I thought about it, I'm like, sod that, I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Whatever the cost, I'm moving on. So PM me if you'd like to join me, because it is going to be a very small group. And it's going to be on a Saturday morning like this. Until then, I'm sending you lots of love, lots of encouragement, lots of, you know, action energy, really inviting you to go sod it. I'm moving forward, nothing's stopping me, and I'm worthy of investing in myself. Don't accept second best and accept the best, because it won't happen. If we're not really pushing ourselves forward, nobody else will. No opportunities will find you if you don't open the energy up for them to do so. So if I can help you, come join me on that class. You're going to get lots of help. Otherwise, I hope you find whatever it is you need. Lots of love, everybody. We love you. Bye-bye.